Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Still on the Air. My name is David Pierce Anderson, joined by Jackson Touchberry.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Dave?
Welcome back from break. Went on break for a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere.
No, but would your mind go somewhere? Did you let your mind go for a little bit? Don't do it now. We're going to have a fun show today. Excited to have our guest on. We'll talk about him in a second, Brendan Johnson, but we'll talk more about him in a little bit. First, I want to get into this stuff. Today's non-sponsor is Spring Break. Not the vacation, just a broken mattress. EMU announced their dining and nutrition services will be partnering with the psychology department because after just one meal on campus, you'll need therapy.
It's true.
It's very true. They're hoping the powers of hypnotics, I think that's the right word, will get students to enjoy the food. And they're getting desperate. Today is Fat Tuesday. Tuesday. Tomorrow is the start of Lent, a time in which people give things up for 40 days. Seeing as how it's the end of the semester nearing, I'll be giving up. Southwest Airlines is selling tickets to Hawaii for just $49, which is great, but they don't tell you the tickets out of Hawaii are going for $4,900.
Well, that's good, because they're going to have to get me to leave anyway.
Can't pay you to stay there?
Oh, no.
I know. Papa John's founder has officially left the board of Papa John's. Probably not because of his choosing. Papa John's is excited to announce he will be replaced by none other than Robert Kraft. No, that's not true. Better ingredients, better people, Papa John's. Better people, that's right. A man in Wales has installed a life-size dinosaur on his front lawn in direct contrast to his neighbor that built a life-size ark on his lawn.
It's a long-standing argument, I guess.
They're going at it. They've been going at it for the last 35 years.
Wow.
Started with Christmas lights. Humble beginnings.
Good evolution, though.
Hey, nicely done. A man in Oregon swerved off the road and was stranded in the snow for 5 days and survived just on Taco Bell packets he found in his car. He simultaneously became Taco Bell's #1 spokesperson and one of the world's top 10 most ineligible bachelors in just 5 days.
Yeah, I've done that too, but like for fun.
Anything can happen, Jackson. Yeah, it's college. You survive on Taco Bell hot sauce packets regardless.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this? Kylie Jenner became the youngest self-made billionaire in history.
I didn't hear about that.
Simply because she changed the definition of self-made.
Never would have thought of it.
Fun stuff. This week in Florida, a Florida man rescued a grandma floating away on an ice throne.
That just seems like a bad idea to have in Florida in the first place.
I am more impressed that they have an ice throne in Florida.
Have you seen the pictures of it, though?
Yeah. She looked fine.
Yeah, she was chilling.
God, you're on a roll today. I don't think she wanted to be rescued, quite honestly.
What a way to go.
Give back, Grandma. Did you have a nice break?
It was all right.
Yeah.
What about you?
It was fine. I had meetings and other stuff like that, but nice to take a moment before.
Oh, for sure. It's just a lot of business getting done, working.
For sure. Did you hear about the Jonas Brothers?
It's hard not to, honestly, yeah.
They got back together, which got me thinking that I should really make amends with my brother that, we had our musical career before.
Right.
And I thought that it was, now that the Jonas Brothers are back together, we may as well get back together too. So
After all these years.
After all these years, my brother and I finally got back together with our musical careers.
I don't know, it's been so long.
Hey, it's been quite a while since we last did stuff.
Yeah, you haven't answered my calls.
I was just so busy with things like I've been in movies, TV.
Yeah, rub it in.
I've been even at Las Vegas magic shows.
See, I get breaking up with the band, but we're your family, dude.
Oh my gosh! Did you see this? My new film got certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mom's been worried.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. If it means anything to you, I think we can join back together and restart this whole thing.
Seriously?
Remember what we used to do?
Yeah, we used to.
Write music.
Yeah, we used to write music together.
Yeah. So I would write the music part,
Yeah.
and you would write the lyric part.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect.
We could switch. Do you want to switch?
Switch. I'm not good with guitar.
Give it a shot.
My brother, writing songs with one another. We're gonna get the band back together before it's too late.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's.
Yeah, we won't dance.
Yeah.
We won't dance.
Snow. The white stuff that I love. The stuff that makes you free. You get hair all over the place, but not in Florida. 'Cause Florida.
I think the fans are gonna want to hear some classics.
Absolutely. Our older stuff were the best though, and it's a great way to introduce new people to our stuff.
You wanna practice one right now?
You know what? I know just the right song to practice with.
I think I know the one to practice with too.
Oh, absolutely.
You ready?
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, go.
Penguins in my soul. I can't fly every day and every night. It's the one thing on my mind. Penguins in South Pole, and I'm never letting go. Oh no, I just want to be a penguin.
Now I'm scratching on my bed, I am raging. I can't believe I got bit by a bed bug again. Hopeful that the exterminator will murder without any mercy those bed bugs again. When you look me in the eyes, you tell me mom don't love me.
I forgive you for everything you've done.
Thanks.
It's been some awful things,
True.
but hey, we can get past it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's.
take the world over again. As brother and brother.
Thanks.
Let's get out of here, partner.
Sure will. In my soul, I can't fly every day and every night. It's the one thing on my mind. Penguins in South Pole.
Penguins in my soul. Gonna be stuck in everyone's head.
I feel like I have penguins in my soul now. I just gotta say, it was really nice of Gary to lower himself to play music with you again.
It's about family.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Brendan Johnson back on Still on the Air.
It starts with an idea, a little planning, or a lot of planning. Plenty of late nights, cameras, lights, action, all for the love of one thing: film. Join us for a truly captivating experience.
I'm addicted to Facebook. I'm always on it. I was checking out my feeds one day when I noticed an ad to test and keep an iPad. So I clicked the link. All I needed to give it was my contact info. You know, home address, email address, cell phone number. Seems pretty easy to get a free iPad. A week goes by and I never get a new iPad. And I noticed I was getting hundreds of text ads on my phone. Because of all the extra text messages sent to my phone, my bill went up $10. Yeah. I wasn't getting a free iPad. They were just fishing for my phone number to sell to advertisers. I know there are legitimate ads on Facebook, but if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. My name is Nate, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Welcome everybody back to Still on the Air. I'm David Pierce Anderson. Super excited to welcome Brendan Johnson to the desk. Brendan, how are you?
Great, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. So, little introduction with Brendan. We went to high school together. This was my first broadcast partner on the De La Salle Broadcasting Network, officially club when we started.
Right.
But you're the OG, man.
Jeez, wow. Not often I get called that, but no, this is awesome to be here. And to think that, some will say we're still young, others will say, God, you're old.
It's been 6 years since our first De La Salle broadcast.
Time flies.
How do you, think about, we'll throw it back. Actually, we'll just get right into it. We got some pictures from the early days.
We can skip these.
We're not going to,
We
though.
can skip these.
It's
This
going to
is
hurt
okay.
me more to show them than it's going to hurt you, and you're going to find out why in a second.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's me, the first one, and we got Brendan in the middle and Eddie Mihal on the end. Eddie didn't get the tie memo.
No, but he did get the, maybe the best face memo. Like, in that reaction to the picture, that's okay.
It was let's pretend like we know what we're doing.
Right.
And we're like, hi, professionals.
That was, I think, very much a scripted photo.
Yeah.
I was, scared, and Dave was just like, where's the concession stand? And then Eddie's just like,
And there we go. There's a glow up. So that was one of our earlier broadcasts. This was our last basketball broadcast.
Remember that game, too? We were just talking about it earlier, man. And Sterling Heights High School, Detroit Western was the opponent. It was a tough one. They won the state championship that year, though, the team we lost to.
Did they really? Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good thing for us.
When you go out to the champion, it's not fun to go out, but
that's the way it is.
At least you went out to the table on top.
Exactly. We got one more of our glow up, because why not? Selfless plug here. Look at that.
Oh, much better.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
Much better.
We found a suit.
Yes. Suit, tie, the tie clip.
Tie clip? We both got tie clips.
To the T.
Well done, sir.
Absolutely.
I'm going to shake your hand
That
on
is, that's
one.
the Sullian pride.
I don't even own a tie clip. I don't know what that is. And thinking about it, we were on radio. Mm-hmm. Why do you think we wore ties?
That's a great question. I think it was one of those, you want to feel important. Yeah. And so we're like, we'll wear a tie and we'll walk in like we're a big deal. And we were really never a big deal. But,
Maybe the Dad's Club.
Right.
Dad's Club are our biggest fans.
You had a face for radio. You got to make up for it somehow. At least that was my motto all the time.
How did you get involved? I know we have different stories about how you got involved.
With the De La Salle Club?
The De La Salle Broadcast Club.
Well, I always credit my mother, actually. She is the one that got me involved. It came out in the morning announcements, right? And as the intuitive student that I was, I did not read the morning announcements. It didn't really pay much attention. But it was brought to my attention by my mom. She's like, hey, thinking about starting this broadcast club at school. You should do this. And I'm like, what the heck? Why not? And it was sophomore year of high school, and we go out, and it was you and me, a couple other people as well. It just it happened that we all got into it at the same time and responded to this morning announcement.
That's right.
We were just able to take off.
My morning meeting was Mr. Housey, who was our moderator.
Right.
For some time at least, and so he had pushed it more because he was the moderator.
Sure.
So that's why I thought I heard it, and I thought you were eating sweet potato fries when I sat down with you and like, hey man, I know you know sports, you should join this with me.
Well, first of all, I would not doubt that I was eating sweet potato fries. Let me just put that out there. But I'll listen. It may have been one of those I'll credit my mom because she was the first one to bring it.
And she deserves it more than I do.
So. I'm with that story. I'm stuck with it now.
That's good. And it's on microphone. I'm going to give it. Even if it's not mine to give, your mom gets credit for that.
Fair enough.
For sure. That sounds more accurate. We did a few games. Start with basketball. Mm-hmm. Moved the next year into football.
Right.
And I actually think one of our more impressive, feathers in our cap was we did every football game every varsity football game from junior to senior year.
Yeah, that is. And what might be most impressive, you saw the pictures of Dave and I earlier. Those are 73 steep steps to get up to the press box, carrying loads of equipment. That's the most impressive thing that we did broadcasting football, and we just say that. But
I'd take the pregame, you take the postgame.
Yeah, exactly. But to do all of those games and to just, to be committed to something and, represent De La Salle and able to, highlight the athletes as well. It was such a cool experience and one that worked out well for us. And, you talk about, it's all about the athletes and highlighting them, and then for both of us to be able to kind of continue on a path as well and, turn this into something more than just a couple high school students talking about a football game. It's been cool.
We had a chance to broadcast the De La Salle's first ever football state championship. It went on to win 2 since.
Yeah.
Incredible run they've been going on, but Talk a little bit about that game. I know we've had some other favorite calls, and if you want to touch on those too.
Well, it's special, right? And to be able to go down in the championship games at Ford Field, and to see a team that was kind of an underdog go on what was a special run, and there was the stops along the way that just built up for that great moment. And when you talk about a camaraderie amongst a group of guys, and you and I getting to share the moment of calling that game and to being down there, and it was such a cool way to cap it off. I mean, it was not the same rewarding feeling the athlete got being on the field, but close enough for what we were doing. But to see the success the school's been able to have since, and the football team winning a couple more, and that time hockey's won a championship, baseball's
been a
won
powerhouse.
a championship.
Really have
There's been some real good success over there, and it's just great to see.
Yeah, and I want to come back to it because you mentioned we're doing more now, and you're at Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, because you started up pretty much the De La Salle Broadcasting Club,
Mm-hmm.
the Marygrove Broadcasting Club. You were there for a little bit, and then the Madonna Broadcasting Group.
So at Marygrove, so coming out of high school, Marygrove College, which now their undergrad actually is no longer. But at the time, there were a couple guys there, Tim Johnston, Jeremy Otto, who had kind of started doing the radio and then the beginning of TV broadcast of their athletic events, had asked me to join them, coming out of high school, join their team, be a part of it. So really kind of helped elevate what they were doing there. So that's where my college career started. And just through a series of events, ended up going to Madonna University and transferring over to there with Jeremy and Tim. And Tim taking a full-time position over there, Jeremy and I as students transferring over. And that was definitely a startup of something new, where we were able to start the broadcasting of most of our athletic events, from basketball to soccer, baseball, volleyball, lacrosse, softball, the whole bit.
Well, most of what I'm impressed by is that you're able to at least go into a place that doesn't have an established group. I was fortunate with here, ETV's been around for 25 years, so that was my benefit, but you pretty much the startup of all of them. And I think that's really impressive.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's really a testament to the group of people that helped us get it going, and Jeremy and Tim, and the other athletic administrators and the school administration, starting at the top with Madonna's president, Dr. Michael Grandillo, all the way down, and the people that supported us. It's been remarkable to be able to get that off the ground and to rally around those athletes and to be able to bring some really cool coverage.
I wish we had an hour-long show where we got like a minute and a half left, so I want to plug Palace of Pistons.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'll give the Palace of Pistons podcast. You can find it on SoundCloud. You can find it on iTunes. We have a website, thepalacepistons.com. My brother started this blog about the Detroit Pistons about 4 years ago, and it's just kind of taken off the ground. And about 8-9 months ago, he came to me. He's like, "Hey, we really need to build a podcast." And we sat down. So it's me, my brother Aaron Johnson, and then our cousin Ryan Pay, and we've been doing this podcast now since the summer of last year. So we kind of started through the off season and the free agency period, and are doing a podcast weekly about the Detroit Pistons that are kind of an NBA purgatory right now.
But it's got a good following.
Yeah.
The podcast, not the Pistons, that is.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
I think it's coming off really well, and I won't lie, I haven't listened to it, but I hear good things.
Well, the Twitter following's huge, right? About 1,500 people, and then from personal accounts to ranging from 200 to 300 to 400 people listening to the podcast a week. It's growing, and if you're interested in the NBA, let alone the Pistons, check it out. Palace of Pistons podcast, iTunes, SoundCloud, palaceofpistons.com.
Just for the sake of the listener, I hope you have pop filters on their microphones. Palace of Pistons podcast.
Palace of Pistons podcast.
Brendan, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we could talk for a long time, but
as we have before.
It's tough to get us to stop talking. We'll be back after the break. We're gonna have a fun little game. We'll see you in a second.
I told you never to call me.
Competition is part of normal sibling life. Pauline and Pierre do-rock are rivals.
So I tried logging into my .emish account and it wouldn't let me in. So I went down to the help desk and they said I had already changed my password. No I didn't. Shortly after that, my apartment was broken into. Yeah, if you put 2 and 2 together, you know where they go. My address. They got my password, got onto my .emish account, and stole my class schedule and my home address. They knew when I wasn't going to be home. I should have known that a password of ABCD1234 isn't too hard to guess. Now, I'm more careful about choosing a password. I take a word that's 8 to 10 letters long that isn't too personal to me, and I change some characters around. For example, the word college, C-O-L-L-E-G-E. I can change the L's to 7s and the E's to question marks. Don't use college, okay? You have passwords for a reason. Take the time to make one that is unique and easy for you to remember, yet hard for someone else to figure out. My name is Daniel, and I'm trying to be safe.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Still on the Air. David Pierce Anderson, Brendan Johnson, Alejandro Hondo Rodriguez, and Jackson Touchberry are waiting in the wings right now. We're going to play a little improv game called Olympics. What Olympics is a game in which Brendan and I are going to announce for Hondo and Jackson an Olympic game that you probably wouldn't see in a regular Olympic event.
But they're going to be Olympics today.
They're going to be Olympics today, and all that matters is today and right now. Mm-hmm. Brendan, I'm going to have you take Hondo's play-by-play call, and I'll take Jackson's play-by-play call.
That sounds good to me.
All right. And Talana, what we need from you is what the Olympic Games are going to be. Gardening.
Ooh.
The Gardening Olympics.
Get out the shovels.
That's right. Hello everybody, welcome back to the 700th Annual Gardening Olympics. My name is Mike Mikenson, joined by my partner,
Tom Anderson.
Tom Anderson, here to bring you another special event of the gardening. These are the finals of the gardenings. Brendan, what have you seen so far in these gardening events?
Well, these are the elite of the elite. There's no doubt about it, right? These are the guys that have prepared the most for it. You see the skill, you see the technique. These guys are meant for the gardening Olympics, and it's so exciting to see them here today. They deserve to be here.
That's right, green thumbs and brown noses. These guys have worked hard to get here, and their first event is actually going to be dig the deepest hole.
Ooh.
The hole.
You don't want to do that in the Olympics, though. You don't want to dig a hole. You want to dig yourself out of a hole.
That's right, but this is the gardening Olympics. You want to dig that hole. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and they're off.
Look at the technique from Hondo as he just jumps in, gets the big dig there. He's getting great elevation on the pullback as well.
Now, I want to point him, Jackson right now is actually taking his dirt, dumping it into Hondo's pile, which is causing Hondo to dump Jackson's dirt out of Hondo's pile. This is getting confusing.
Oh man, this is like a little east side, west side battle right now. Some rivalry as you see. Oh, look at the big scoop there as Hondo has got it all into Jackson's hole.
Hondo over the shoulder, Jackson through the legs. This is something impressive with only 4 seconds left to go. 2-1.
Oh man, this is going to be close.
It was really close. They're going to get the measuring sticks out, and it looks like Jackson's got him by an inch.
Oh man, Hondo, he got snubbed right there. I got to tell you, the technique was there. It was the sneakiness from Jackson. He got the first start at doing the dirt over to the other side. He got more into that hole to slow down Hondo. Made all the difference.
Really impressive. Wouldn't be the first time Jackson beat Hondo by an inch. All right, we're going to move on to our next game. Brendan, you want to describe this one?
No.
All righty, I'll take this one away. It is actually the seed planting event in which our contestants...
I got snubbed last time. Hondo won that.
No, Jackson won that.
Hondo won.
All right, we're gonna deliberate a little bit longer, but they're gonna have to plant the seeds fastest, the most seeds in the quickest amount of time.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1, go. So you see Hondo's going up front. Jackson's still digging a little bit of holes, and he's doing the
you see
disc
Hondo
method.
MJ right here. Do you see that step back, the nice follow through? He just keeps dumping
And
the
look
seeds
at
in
that.
the hole.
You speak MJ, a little bit of Dikembe Mutombo, why don't you? Jackson Touchberry with the block shot. Now they're going through the legs.
Oh, but you see the Blake Griffin slam as Hondo gets up. He just posterized him. I thought Jackson was a Kia out there the way he got over him.
The way Jackson's going now, he was going for the dice method. Threw a couple off the corners, but you know, Hondo's really putting it to him. I don't know if this one's going to go in favor of Jackson. I think Hondo's running away with it. 3, 2, 1. That'll do it. Hondo really took it that time.
Yeah, absolutely. You put the seeds on the hardwood. There's no doubt about it. That's Hondo's game. That's his strength. That's what got him here.
I'm curious as to how they got hardwood floors out here.
But me too, but they did. It's the Olympics, Dave. They do that for the Olympics.
That's right, Tom. We're going to move on to our final event. Do you know what this final event is?
They didn't tell me.
You know what? We should really get you on that email list.
You should.
The final event is apple picking.
Ooh.
You know, gardening things.
Gardening things.
Whoever can get the most fruit is the rootin' it tootin'est. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. See, Jackson just goes for the bucket first. He wants to get the bucket underneath the apples. And then he's gonna shake the tree.
But look at Hondo. He has a whole armful. Now he's shaking the tree. He's moving from side to side. That's strategic right there. The savvy move from the veteran.
Some Frogger action, a little bit side to side. Jackson's taking a couple of Hondo's apples, which leaves Hondo with only the top ones.
Oh man, he's having a hard time. Reach vertical was not what got Hondo into the Olympics, but he's trying to dig deep right now.
And that was the inch earlier I was talking about, which is in favor of Jackson.
Yeah.
Definitely nothing else.
It's a tough draw.
Jackson's taking some of Hondo's apples, but you know, it's not how many apples you have in the end, it's how many apples you take up the tree.
Oh, absolutely. You might see a good old boxing match out here, though, as these guys battle in the garden. They put money on the line. What is this?
Oh.
That's a simple exchange.
That's a very simple exchange, and in 3, 2, 1, Hondo has become the new gardening champion.
Yes, Hondo. He's worked so hard for this. We worried about the vertical as he's looking at the top of the tree, but he is in Jackson's face right now saying, hey, I own you and I own the gardening Olympics.
But who's the real winner? Jackson walks away with a Chris Hamilton.
Wow.
Thank you once again for joining the Gardening Olympics. Hondo Rodriguez, the champion. We'll see you next time on Still on the Air and the Gardening Olympics.
We are True EMU!
I am True EMU.
We are True EMU!
Family photo to end the show. Brendan Johnson, nicely done.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it. Absolutely.
Good luck with everything you got going on with Madonna.
Thank you.
And at LaSalle.
Thank you. Same to you here at Eastern, right?
That's
and,
right.
and the next time on the Gardening Olympics, I look
That's
forward
right,
to
that's
Hondo defending his championship.
Hondo, congratulations. Great job directing today
That was a
also.
big-time win today.
Jackson, nice job. And my brother Gary.
Yeah.
You put the money on the prize.
So
I
glad
respect
we're
it.
making music again.
Making music once again. We'll see you next time on Still on the Air. ETV at EMU. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all those fun stuff. We'll be there. E-Weekly will be there. They're not going to be here this week, but they'll be there next week because, you know, E-Weekly. I'm David Pierce Anderson, Brennan Johnson, Gary Simmons, Alejandro Rodriguez, Jackson Touchberry. As always, it's been a pleasure.